everyone. Thank you for joining us today on Purely Positive. My name is LJ Thomas. I'm your host. And today's Purely Positive person is a registered nurse. She also has MS and she is in medical school. Her name is Jamila, so help me welcome her to the show. How are you doing today, Jamila?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm so glad you could make it and come by. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Okay, now I said a whole lot about you. You're a person who has MS like myself.
Yeah.
When did you get diagnosed?
I got diagnosed with MS while I was in Germany in 2008.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, about 10 years ago now.
Yep, so it's been 10 years, almost 10 years.
Okay. And what kind do you have?
The relapsing remitting.
We're sisters in that way. Okay. So I have obviously living with MS. I've been going on 25 years. I've been living with MS. I know that you are a registered nurse. And fortunately, a good friend of mine, Wanda, who works at Shepherd, told me about you. And I want to know, with you being a registered nurse, I know you're in medical school. What are you in medical school for?
So I'm actually in medical school. I went back to school after I got out the military, after they retired me from the military. So I'm in medical school to be a PM&R doctor.
Okay, that's a lot. What's a PM?
So PM&R doctor, also known as a physiatrist, not to be confused with a psychiatrist. So physiatrist is physical medicine and rehabilitation. So at Shepherd Center, there's a lot of PM&R doctors. It's a newer field, maybe 50 years old in medicine, so a lot of people don't know about it. But those are the doctors after you have like a spinal cord injury or a bad MS attack or a bad car crash. Those are the doctors that rehab you to kind of get you back to quality of life and get you to return home.
Oh, so I've probably had one of you treat me.
Yeah.
I just didn't know that's what the technical name was.
Yes.
Wow. That is interesting. And you would think, well, I don't know everything, but I know quite a bit, I think. Anyway, but you learn something new every day. So how long does that take, to get into that field? I'm so nosy. How much longer do you have in school?
So I will become a doctor as of this May coming up.
Really?
But I've been interviewing for residencies recently. I just finished up my interviews, and in March I'll find out where I'm doing my residency. And for residency, I have to do 4 extra years at a hospital, actually like training. I'm a full doctor. The patients won't know the difference, but the paycheck will be different. Very different from a real doctor.
That makes sense.
So I'll still be learning.
So basically you have 4 years.
Yeah.
Basically. Wow. I'm so glad I met you. Ooh-wee. So many things I want to ask you. But anyway. Okay. So when I first got diagnosed with MS, and we can trace my symptoms back to I was like 10 years old. Very. Yeah. My mom just apologized profusely. But anyway, when you got diagnosed, what led up to your diagnosis, I guess is what I'm asking.
So it was complicated. It took a very long time. I was an officer in the military as an RN. Okay. And I think my first set of symptoms were like GI kind of stomach bug kind of symptoms.
Really?
They admitted me to the hospital, couldn't figure it out, discharged me, still didn't figure it out. And so that passed after a while. And then it wasn't until I moved to Germany and I was seeing a neurologist because I would have migraines consistently. Mm-hmm. And one time I actually went to him telling him about the symptoms. He couldn't figure it out. He was like, I don't know, but let's just keep an eye on it. And then it was funny because I went on a ski trip with the rest of my floor of the labor and delivery nurses and doctors. And I ended up falling down the slopes on the sled and busting my head.
Whoa.
But it was great because they had to do an MRI because I stopped hearing in my ear and they had to figure out whether I went deaf.
And when they saw the plaques.
And they saw the plaques on the brain and they were like incidental finding,
right?
Follow up with neurologists. So I went back to the neurologist and I'm like, hey, they said they saw these white things on my brain. And he was like, oh, it's probably from falling and your brain jarring around in your skull. And then when I went back to him with more MS symptoms, I think one whole half of my body had went numb. And then I was in Germany washing dishes, and I tried to put my right hand under the water, and it was fine. And I put my left hand, and it felt like scalding, pins and needles, and I had to grip it back. And I was like, what is going on? So I went back to the neurologist, and now with this MRI a couple months before, and then these symptoms, he was like, okay, I think I know what we have. And so he had to do a spinal tap on me.
Wow.
And that's how we figured it out.
Oh, wow. I'm so glad I avoided the spinal tap. I'm so glad.
That was my compromise.
Really?
Because I was going to Dubai for my 26th birthday. And I was like, no, I'm leaving tomorrow. I can't stay here. He's like, no, I want to admit you and figure out what's going on. I'm like, no. I've got to get on the plane tomorrow. So it was like, well, if I let you go on the plane tomorrow, you have to follow me to the ER and do a spinal tap.
Wow.
Spinal tap it is. Let's get it done.
Wow.
I'm going to Dubai.
I bet you had fun in Dubai too, didn't you?
I sure did.
I bet you did. Wow, that's interesting. I think it's amazing how I've met so many people with MS, and everybody's diagnosis story is so different, and it's just amazing. I think it's really awesome that you're going to school to be a doctor. Thank you so much. And that you're going to be working with other patients who need help. That's a good thing. So if people want to get in touch with you to help you out with something, how can they do that, if that's okay?
I am not good with social media, but I did just create a Gmail account, now going into doctor, and it's actually jkendall, RN, 2, MD at Gmail. So I thought it was unique enough that people would remember it was me, and that'll be like my new address after I leave school, and that account inactivates.
Okay, cool. I think it's awesome, number one, that you were able to join us today in the studio. I'm so happy that Wanda took the time to even tell me about you. She has so many people that she knows. Wanda's amazing. But anyway, I think that we're going to go ahead and keep up with you. I want to know when you finish your residency. I want to know.
Yes.
So I can find out where you are, if you're still in Georgia or if you're moving somewhere else or whatever. I would like to keep in touch and make sure that you keep in touch with the show as a purely positive person.
Thank you. I definitely will.
Good. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today on Purely Positive, and I'll be talking with you soon.